Listen here, after about a decade of tracking my investments across multiple spreadsheets, different broker apps, random Google Sheets I ended up building at like 2 a.m., I finally found a tool that makes me actually want to start checking my portfolio again and tracking the progress. Now, this is called Snowball Analytics, and in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly why I think it could potentially be the best dividend tracker that I've ever used. On top of that, I'll walk you through the setup, how to link your accounts, and we'll talk about the different tiers, the paid versus free tiers that they have, and everything in between. So if you have heard about Snowball Analytics or you're looking for a great way to track your portfolio, we're going to cover it all in this video, and let's just jump right in. So first, I think we've all been there. If you've ever tried to track your dividends manually, you know the pain. I mean, you're juggling multiple brokerages, you're trying to calculate yield on cost, figuring out when your next payment hits, and yet somehow you're still ending up with numbers that never match. Now, most broker apps don't show you your true dividend income or your portfolio diversification. And spreadsheets, well, they're great until you realize that you're spending more time updating all the formulas in it than you actually are investing. And that's where Snowball Analytics comes in. It basically takes everything that I used to personally do manually and it automates it in a way that's actually enjoyable to look at, and it keeps me coming back. The platform, I have to admit, is a little bit addicting. So one of the biggest questions in a video like this is the pricing. Is it worth it? So I'll have a visual that's comparing each sort of tier up on screen here, and just know that the lowest tier, free, gives you basics, one portfolio, 10 holdings, a dividend calculator, basic benchmarking, and simple tracking tools. It is a great way to get your toes wet, see if you like the platform, and maybe it's worth investing a little bit more into for you. Then the starter plan includes everything in the free plus unlimited holdings, the ability to link your brokerage, advanced rebalancing, weekly summary emails, and a dividend rating system. The investor tier adds everything in starter plus up to 10 portfolios, full benchmarking, detailed portfolio reports, 10 years of company fundamentals, and over 30 years of back testing data. And the highest tier, the expert plan, gives you everything the investor plus unlimited portfolios, holdings, and custom assets, really meant for people managing larger accounts or multiple portfolios. Now, personally, I use the investor tier because I like having all my portfolios linked, automated, and tracked in one place. The best part is you can start completely free to see if you like it, and all the paid tiers, they come with a 14-day free trial, so there's literally no risk in testing it out for yourself. Oh, and hey, listen, Future Dalton here. So I reached out to Snowball Analytics, and they were kind enough to provide a 10% off link for anybody that uses the link in the description of this video, or you can use the promo code DaltonLitz when signing up for Snowball Analytics. So that'll be pinned in the comments. It'll be in the description. Go and check that out. Okay, now I want to walk you through, for the purpose of this video, just how easy it is to set up and link all of your accounts. Now, I am going to pop in and do a screen share. Should be seeing it now. And this is the main screen that it'll take you to once you sign in for the first time. It'll have you connect your brokerage account. You can see, you can watch a tutorial if you want a little bit more in depth. I'll show you how to do it right now on screen just because it's super fast. You can go ahead and click connect my brokerage, and you can see it gives you a list of popular brokerages. It makes it super easy. Fidelity, Robinhood, Charles Schwab, Wealthsimple, Interactive Brokers, M1 Finance. You can look for some other ones. Let's say you use Webull. That's another big one here. You could link your Webull account, or if you use Moomoo Finance, this is an interesting one because it's not on their platform, but what you can do is you can add manually, so you can go through, which kind of sucks, but adding each sort of investment that you've made, or you can import from a CSV. So that's usually the method you would do if it's not here, but you can look at all of the ones that they have available on their website too. So I haven't run into any issues with it. So there's a number of different ways you can connect your brokerage account. Like when I go into Robinhood, you can see that there's 3 alternative import options available. They use SnapTrade by default. Now, I have used Plaid for multiple other things. You can import a statement that you export directly from the platform. You can use Yodlee, or you can sync via Plaid. I've used Plaid before. They're trusted by me, so I'm going to go ahead and use Plaid, but I would trust pretty much what they have there for any of them. Now, this is going to shoot me a quick text. I'll have to verify to log in, and I'm going to do Robinhood, which I've previously connected before. And this just streamlines it a little bit faster for me just because I've had stuff set up in the past. So you can see it has the different accounts from Robinhood directly on here. I've got my Robinhood Roth IRA, my Robinhood individual account, I've got a spending account, and then I have my gold credit card and my other individual account. Now, this is one that I want to link right now just for the purpose of this video. Honestly, it doesn't have a ton of dividend investments in here, but that's not going to hinder what we can see within the platform platform and get used to, and I can show you just how cool every freaking feature is in this thing. So now that that's all linked up, you can see it shows up here. I'm just going to click on it, click connect selected account. So I'm going to go ahead and connect it. It's going to give you the little loading icon here. And then afterwards, you can see import completed successfully, 33 holdings with 281 transactions and 128 dividend payments. So this is really cool that you get it all at a glance. Click on complete, and then boom, you're taken to this beautiful home screen. Okay, so now we are on the dashboard screen, and I gotta say, this is where things start to get really exciting. You can see this is the one portfolio that I have linked up. If you wanted to add more, you could go in here and click add a portfolio. Just for the purpose of keeping this simple, I'm only gonna have this one portfolio in here. And then when you add all of them, if you click on the top, which is right now called My Net Worth, you could see a combination of all of your portfolios in one screen. Now, if you wanted to change the name of this or anything, you can come in here and do like Robinhood Growth. Here is what I'll call this, Robinhood Growth. It's really simple. US dollar, you can change the currency if you want. I haven't really looked at some of this stuff. Oh, you can do the tax rate and stuff. That's pretty cool. But I'm gonna go ahead and click save here, go back to the dashboard, and let's walk through step by step each of the exciting portions of this. So you can see in this account, I've got $23,114 invested, and I have a value of $33,856. Now, what does that look like? That's a total profit of $10,742.05. This is all broken down. It's up about 46% since I started investing in it. And today alone, it's up 2.46%. Really, really solid day on the market. Now, you have the IRR, and you can also see the dividend yield. So you can see this one, the annual dividend growth in my portfolio. You can see what that looks like is 7.8%. The yield right now is just a measly 0.58%. This portfolio doesn't have a huge emphasis on dividends right now, but some of my other ones do, and I'll include those in future videos. Now, it also gives you a breakdown of your portfolio, sort of your diversification that you have here. You can see I have 3 weighted in information technology. That is relatively high, and that is Apple, Robinhood, and Microsoft. If you click into it, now you can click into any one of these and check it out. I've got 2 different funds in here, $8,900 invested into QQQ, and you can see the total gain on that. So if I go back to the dashboard, you can look at different things, healthcare. I mean, that's just a cool breakdown of what you're going to see through all of this stuff. Now, if you look at why it's moving, so a lot of this stuff, if you see some big jumps, like Apple's up 4.24%, it's going to give you a quick breakdown on why that might be happening. So Apple shares are trading higher after Loop Capital upgraded the stock from hold to buy, and it raised its price target from 226 to 315. That is quite a big jump. And obviously that's why we're seeing such a positive response on the market. Now you can see today's top gainers, which is going to be for me, Apple, Robinhood, Invesco. Like these are just doing really solid right now. And today's losers, I actually think every single stock in this portfolio today is up, and that's why we're not seeing anything here right now, but that would populate with some that aren't doing as hot. Now, the awesome thing here is you can see what is going on in the future. So you can see these are all earnings reports. The ones in purple here, these are earnings that are coming up. So Google's got earnings, Robinhood, Microsoft, Meta, and Apple, and Amazon. And then my next one is a dividend payout. So I can see that QQQ is going to be making a dividend payout on Friday, October 31st. So this is kind of a breakdown of all of the cool events. You can come in here and you can do a sort of calendar view on it. You can look at and sort by earnings, dividend payout, ex-dividend dates, and you can even go into the dividend calendar in itself so you can get further out information. I could go month by month in this. We'll get to this screen in a minute because that's not typically how I get there, but you can see all the different dividends. And as you invest in more dividend companies, they will also show up on this calendar, and it makes it super easy to predict what you're going to have in the future. So now I'm just going back to that dashboard screen. I'm going to scroll down a little bit, and you can see that here is the future payouts that I'm going to be getting. In the next 12 months, it's estimating $189.22. Again, just a low dividend amount for this specific account, and you can see monthly $15.77. I have received a total of $362 in the last 12 months. I could go back to like all time here and see this jump to $788. You can sort all of this pretty nicely. I'll keep it on the 12 months trailing, and then you can see what your dividend growth is looking like. So it's just cool to be tracking a lot of this stuff, you know, especially as a dividend investor, just seeing how your stuff is trending is pretty important. And then you can see see all of the latest news articles based off of the things that you're investing in. So Amazon has some stuff going on, Google, Bitcoin, and Microsoft. And then you can see some like posts that people are doing. Ryan Williams, he's another sort of dividend YouTuber that is out there. Really like his content. It's pretty cool stuff if you want to check him out. I haven't really used all of this features all that much quite yet, but something I might be getting into in the future. So that's sort of the nutshell of what you get on this main dashboard. And where this becomes really, really powerful is when you're working with multiple different brokerages. So say you have accounts like me on Robinhood, and then you have some in Charles Schwab and some in Interactive Brokers. You can consolidate everything into one very nice dashboard to be able to view it. And you can see it breaks it down super well. Now, if I go into the analytics tab, you can see that there's a number of different options that you can view from this. You get the same sort of tabs up front, but now you can see every holding that you have, the current value of the holding, the dividends that they pay, the dividend yield percentage of them, the dividend growth, how much you're up by on each investment, and your cost per share, things like that. So you can get all of the information about every single one of your investments in a nutshell. And again, when you link multiple accounts, you can see them all here too, or you can keep them separate by not using the aggregated account. It's just pretty cool. You can see your cash holding here. Obviously I have it all in US dollar right now, about $600 in this portfolio, rearing and ready to get put to work for me. Now, if I go into diversification, it gives you further breakdown on what this looks like. So you can see all the holdings that you have. Now of this, my highest one is QQQ, which makes up 26% of my portfolio. Then I've got a large chunk of Apple. Robinhood is creeping up. Robinhood is one that I've been constantly kind of investing more and more in more recently anyways. And yeah, just like what I'm seeing from them. You can see the different asset classes that you have. So I've got stocks, cash, and other. And yeah, it's pretty cool. So you can see the classes, you can see the different sectors that you have, the currencies, regions that you are sort of investing in, and the different countries. Now, I am extremely US based in this one, so not too surprising there. If we go to the dividends tab, this is like where you'd probably live as a dividend investor, your little haven here. You've got your yield, your dividends, your yield payout here. You can sort it by different holdings, categories, classes, sectors, or currencies here. And then you've got your passive income and diversification coming in. This is pretty cool. It shows you that like AbbVie is going to be paying me the most out of all of these, which is $88.43. Next is QQQ, which, you know, isn't really a solid dividend ETF. It's more so, you know, growth and tech and charting the market a little bit more. So that's pretty cool. But you can get a whole breakdown of all your different holdings. Again, you can organize them differently here if you want to check them out by categories, things like that. But you just get this all in a nutshell. You can see every company, roughly how much they're going to be paying you. And it's just cool to see the numbers kind of grow in this sense. You also have a dividend rating score that they give you. Obviously, you want to be making investments into solid companies. I wouldn't necessarily do research into which stocks to invest in just based off of this platform. There's a lot of great other things out there to do that. But yeah, you just get a lot of great insights. It's like analytics overload, but in a really positive way where you can just like make it simple, sort by things that you want to see. You can see my average annual growth for each of the different investments in the holdings here. You can check out the future payments that you have. So by month, right? You got October, November, December, February. You can check out how much you're going to be paid in each month. Again, you can look trailing and see how much dividends you've received. This is all stuff that I kind of showed on that other screen. And then you've got another beautiful dividend growth tab down here. Now, if you go into the growth tab, you can kind of see how your portfolio is performing overall. And year to date, it's a little bit weird. I think the information is a little bit off because my portfolio is like kind of crushing the market right now, which is awesome. But if I go into 6 months, this feels a little bit more accurate to me. You can see it is up $2,940 compared to where the market is 9.51%. It is outperforming the S&P 500. And that's generally what I've been seeing in my portfolio. So it's been a really great year so far for what I've been doing for my investments. And then you can see your portfolio performance over the past year, what that looks like. You can do it by, you know, the last 7 days, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months. You can just sort the hell out of this stuff, which is fantastic as somebody who likes to crunch the numbers. You can see the portfolio returns that you have over the months And again, you can do years, all that stuff here, pretty solid. Holding performances, you can see Apple's absolutely crushed it for me. And then some of the other investments a little bit lower down here. But yeah, just all really, really great things that you can derive from a portfolio like this. You can see your portfolio TWR, which shows how well your investments have performed without being affected by deposits or withdrawals. So 58% up, that's not too bad. You've got your PE, your volatility ratings, things like that. And then you can even generate different reports from what you want to do with your investments. Now, if I go back and we look at the dividend stuff, like what I think is just super powerful is looking at this portfolio tab and doing the dividend calendar. Again, like I think that this is just so strong because you get all the information of the exact payouts that you're going to get on the days that you're going to get them. And you can switch between calendar view and list views and just make it like really straightforward. So here's the list view. I like visualizing it in the calendar view to get an idea for when each thing is going to come in. And this platform just really shows, you know, again, here's all the holdings that I have in this portfolio, what it's returning, but it really shows just the snowball actually forming, right? And it shows it earlier on when your numbers don't feel too promising and you don't have a massive account. You can still see those subtle increases because of the beautiful charts that they have in this portfolio, like these growing over time. And it just keeps you coming back in and checking it out. So in a nutshell, that's a lot of what this portfolio analytics platform has to offer. I mean, I personally think it's fantastic, especially with how dumbed down they can really make the analytics and show you just these really beautiful charts and graphs to make it so much easier for everybody to see. Now, for my own personal use moving forward, it's a no-brainer for me to continue with the subscription because I'm going to be able to showcase it on my channel in a super clean, easy to digest way. And that's exactly what you're going to see with a ton of the videos in the future. This will kind of be a staple component to what we have going on with that. And on top of that, if you have any questions about the platform, please leave a comment down below. Again, you can get that free subscription, test it all out, and I think you'll find that it is more than worth it in a lot of different circumstances. So yeah, kind of graduated from some of the ones that I was using before. Now super stoked to be using this one. Again, any questions, leave them down below. Thanks for checking out this video, guys, and have a great day.